So what if you want to use Google Fonts in your website? How will you do that? So first of all, you have to go to google.com/fonts, and once you're there, you will see this kind of page, and you can choose the font whatsoever you feel is good enough for your website. So we are shown these fonts. You can also filter the fonts. So if you, in case you need a very thick font, then you can just move the slider towards right, and if you want the font to be very thin, then you can move the slider towards left, and you will be shown all the fonts which are very thin. In case you want slanting font, then you can move the slider towards right in case the font has to be very slanted, or if in case it has to be straight, then you can move the slider towards left. Now you want it to be a narrow font or a wide font or a normal font, so we can just make it a bit normal. And now if you will take it to left, then we don't have very narrow font, but we do have the normal font, or a bit too wide, more wide. So we don't have the extremes, but we have the fonts in between. So we can just reset the font filter, and then we can choose any of these. So let's say if you want to kick start your project and you want the font to be quick used, so just click on this right side arrow. So let's say we like this font, which now click on quick use, and once you have clicked on it, you will be shown this page. So in case you want two styles of Open Sans, so let's say normal 400 and bold 700, then you can check these two. In case you need wide variety, let's say light as well and extra bold, then you can choose them. In case you will check all of them, you can see the slider on this dial is moving up, which represents that it will take lots of time to load the page, which you may not want, because users these days are very demanding and you cannot make them wait for the page to get load. So just choose a few of the styles. So preferably you can choose a normal one and the bold one, which will work just fine for your website. So now it is in the green portion, which is good enough. So you need to add this code to your website, which will basically import the font whenever the page loads. So it will download the font from the Google server, precisely this URL. Now it's the time to integrate the fonts in your CSS. So over here we have pasted this code, and now we will just copy this and paste it in our CSS file. So we want the paragraph to be of this font, and so now saving the file, and we are going to our page and refreshing it. Now we can see that the font of the paragraph has changed to Open Sans. So this is how we use Google Fonts in our website. So we are having two different fonts from Google Fonts in our website. So it's really easy to do that. So one of the advantage of having Google Web Fonts in your website is that there will be times when the font which you're using on your website is not present in the visitor's computer. So you will not be confident about how will the website look like when a visitor is accessing your website and he or she doesn't have the required fonts. So here, if you are using Google Web Fonts, then whenever any visitor will open the website, all these fonts will be downloaded from the Google server into the web browser of the visitor. So the website will be having the same fonts whatsoever you wanted the visitors to see.
Thank you for watching the tutorial. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe button for receiving more updates from Being Skilled.